good afternoon, good morning. That is right. Today, we are going to be opening Cons of Tarkir and Kaladesh. We're actually going to start with Kaladesh first because I'm actually a little bit more excited for the Cons of Tarkir. But, you know, two very different boxes. However, they're actually kind of the same value, at least according to TCG. Nice. According to TCG, these are actually about the same price, surprisingly. Cons of Tarkir is looking at about $175, depending on where you're looking at. And Kaladesh is actually looking around $180. So again, very similar prices, but very, very different cards. Now, the reason why I decided to go ahead and open some Kaladesh, if you haven't seen my last video, I would suggest looking at it. We got some pretty spicy stuff in there, so I went ahead and upped the ante. Said, I see you up. And we're going to start off with the Bristling Hydra. So, in here, we are looking for the Kaladesh Invention. So, definitely some very beefy cards from those. I'd actually be surprised if we even opened one of them. I think I opened probably about a total of 3 boxes worth. Now, it is important to note that that was all from getting them through Walmart, just buying random packs through there. I only opened one of the inventions. It was the Solemn Simulacrum, or I think that's how you pronounce it. Still going for about $90 now. But that is the only one I got. Now, the reason why is because got the electrostatic pummeler. The reason why is because actually the inventions are a little bit harder to pull than the other ones, I believe. Now, if I remember correctly, I think it's supposed to be one invention for every case, which is 6 booster boxes. I believe it's more close to Wildest Dreams there. And Nice Swamp. I believe it's closer to 1 in every 4 boxes, if I think that's supposed to be correct. So I'd be very surprised if we actually managed to get one of the inventions, but that would be super sick. We'll just have to see. And we got our first mythic, the Verduous Gear Hulk. Not one of the more expensive cards, but it's the... Oh! My... Hold up. How? I swear this is not... Nothing is scripted on this, okay? Look at that. Literally, what are we in? Like, 4 or 5 packs in? And we got a Kaladesh invention. Let's put that there for now. Actually, you know what? Let me go get a sleeve real quick to put that in. Oh my gosh. Unbelievable. Absolute madness. Gorgeous full alien though. Sculpting Steel I don't think is the most expensive one. However, if I'm just gonna take a guess here, just off the top of my head, I'm guessing that's probably at least $100 right there. I was gonna say basically the boxes depend on getting those inventions. Well, we managed to get one, so now it's just pretty much the power of the mythics. Multiform Wanderer there. Absolutely crazy. Oh my gosh. Maybe we need to open more Kaladesh then. Wow. Now, I don't believe it's possible to get 2 in 1 box. I've never heard of that happening. So I think that we're done with the Kaladesh at least. Gonti used to be a little bit pricey card, not really very much anymore. I think he's like maybe $1 or $2 at most. Oh gosh. Well, make sure you stay on because we do have the got our foil island. We have that Cons of Tarkir box coming up too. which I guess I'll speak a little bit while we're going in through that. So Cards Tarkir. Box is sitting at 175. Pretty much everything in there is not worth very much. And Inventor's Fair, that's a couple, maybe $5. It all depends on pretty much the fetch lands. So if you can manage to get a lot of fetch lands, obviously the box is going to be worth a lot more price-wise for the cards. But getting a foil fetch land definitely is something very rare. Second Mythic, Rashmi, not very expensive anymore. But again, it all depends on those fetch lands. So if we can manage to get a lot of them, then that will definitely make the box valuable. I'm not planning on getting maybe more than 2 or 3. That'd be pretty good if we got more than that. I'm sorry, my head is just still focused on that invention. Fumigate actually used to be kind of expensive during Standard, I think, maybe. Probably wrong on that. Who knows? We are sitting on 2 Mythics right now, so we're actually a little bit ahead on the Mythic slot. If we can actually manage to get maybe like anything more than like 3, so like even 4 or more, then that would actually be a pretty good box up. There's our foil rare. Not really expensive. Maybe, I don't know, maybe like $5. Well, we're kind of, it looks like we're kind of not having very much steam on all these other slots here. So maybe this box might not actually be worth the value. But I am glad that I picked this up because, you know, I was picking up cards for another video to do, and I just happened to see this out of the corner of my eye. Went ahead and asked how much they were wanting for it. Was sitting there debating between getting cons. They even had Dominaria there. I thought about getting that. But something just told me, get the Kaladesh and get the cons. So, Kaladesh definitely looks like it's paid itself. Wildest Dreams again. We'll see if the cons can actually hold up to the value of this box. They are, again, about the same price. But I think that at least the Kaladesh metalwork. Kaladesh is more expensive mainly just because of the chance of getting one of those inventions because they are so rare and hard to get. Whereas the cons of Tarkir is more focused on getting those fetch lands because, you know, you get a lot more of them throughout the box. So at least that value is a little bit more true than the Kaladesh because, I mean, it's oh, we do also get these Kaladesh lands. These are actually pretty good. Let's keep track of those actually. That one I think is only like $3 or $4, but if we actually manage to get some more of those, that'd actually be pretty good. But like I said, I feel like the Kaladesh is a little bit more skewed just because you have the chance to actually get those inventions, but it's not actually guaranteed just because it's so rare. Whereas with the cons, you know, you're probably averaging at least like 2 fetch lands a box. So anything more than that is kind of an outlier, which would make it a little bit more of an expensive box. But those are a little bit more predictable than getting the inventions. The inventions aren't like one in every box or anything like that. So that's kind of a little bit interesting to kind of see, I guess, the differences between the two because of that reason. But wow. My heart is still racing from that box. Absolute madness. Well, got the tower. Starting to slow down a little bit, it looks like. We only actually got one of these Kaladesh lands so far. I'm surprised we haven't gotten more than that. You know, I would think that we would, in the box, we probably should get around 2 to 3. Oh, there's a second one. Speaking of, Botanical. I think that's actually one of the more expensive one. That one's probably about like 10 or 11 bucks if I were to just guess. If I'm wrong, just let me know. And animation module. I don't think we've gotten any of those in the box yet. And then we got another foil land. I don't think that this set is before they started overprinting the foils, so it's actually kind of odd to get 2 foil lands. Normally you're supposed to just get 1 per box, at least on the old versions of the foiling. This set was kind of cool, always cool to me though, because it has all of the artifact heavy stuff, which is kind of cool to me. It was always interesting, especially because I feel like Kaladesh, I enjoyed playing the game, but Kaladesh I felt like was like one of the sets that like really got me into the game, you know? I think this was the first set that I realized that, hey, like, you know, I can actually gamble by opening these packs and actually get value back out of them. Just because of the fact that I got the invention again, which was the Solemn Simulacrum. So, you know, buying these from the packs from Walmart, I think they were going for maybe like $3 or $4. Third mythic of the box, Cataclysmic. That's actually, I think, the worst mythic to get in the box, so that's not a good pool. But anyway, I think, at least at the time, I think Walmart was selling these for like $4 each, $3 or $4 each. They were sealed individual booster packs, and getting a $90 card out of, there's our second tower, out of a $3 pack, that was what sold me on the game. And ever since then, I just have had this addiction / obsession with just opening packs just to see what we're going to get. We actually got our first rare vehicle there. Nice little crew thing. That's kind of cool to me. This card used to be kind of expensive during Standard, I believe, but it's not worth very much anymore. It's probably maybe like $1 or $2 at most. And Authority of Consuls, that's actually a pretty good pool. I believe that's one of the more expensive rares in the set. That's probably about, I think it's like $5 or $6. Obviously excluding the Kaladesh lands. Those are like the most expensive rares in the set. There are, I think, maybe 1 or 2 that kind of contend with that, but we'll see if we actually get anything. Smuggler's Copter. The infamous Smuggler's Copter. The card that literally broke every single format that it was in. When they announced Pioneer, that was one of the first cards that they had to ban just because of that. Too many people were using the card. It was extremely busted. So that card is no longer used in there. I think that card, when Pioneer was announced, I think the card was like, it jumped up all the way to like 10 or 15 bucks or something like that. And now the card's only like $2 or $3. So it does have a home kind of in the history of Magic, but not really anymore. Last pack here. Not really expensive anymore because it's too good. Face the fact that it's just too good. Alright, and last card. Eliminate the competition. Look at that nasty art. Ugh. I could not imagine that happened to me. Alright, I'm going to clean things up. Looks like we got 3 mythics standard. But we did get that invention, which is not necessarily standard. We did get 2 of these rare lands. But let's go ahead and clean things up. I'll cut away for that. Alright. This box was a little bit beat up when I got it. Yes, I did reseal the box. Totally, yes. 100%. That's what that is. Not really. Alright, we're going to see if Cons can hold up to the power of Kaladesh. Honestly, I don't think it will. Oh, we do get this little cool insert card. I honestly forgot they actually did these. Why don't we do those anymore, Wizard? Put y'all on the spot for that. Nice little red. This was the same block of Dragons of Tarkir. I think this is when they kind of started phasing out blocks. They used to do blocks as 3 sets. I believe Cons of Tarkir only actually had two sets in the block. Now, just a reminder, we are looking for those fetch lands. Mythics and everything is pretty much kind of garbage in this set, to be honest. It all relies on getting those fetch lands. So we're going to see if we can get a little bit of an outlier box. Again, I think that the average should be about 2 per box. So we're just going to see. There's our foil rare. That kind of... yeah. Well, maybe we can still get a second rare. I highly doubt it. Just because this is 100%, I know for sure this is before they started overprinting the foils and all of that stuff. So pretty much in this, everything is pretty much garbage value except for the fetch lands, and then we're also looking for Hardened Scales and Dig Through Time. Dig Through Time is a very heavily played card in Modern, so that's kind of why it's still maintaining value. Hardened Scales, I believe, is more valuable actually because of Commander. We got our first fetch land, Wooded Foothills, pretty good. Wooded Foothills is sitting at about $18, $19 right now. That's definitely one of the better ones to get. Not the best, but it's not the worst either. And we got the Avalanche Tarkir. Tarkir. It's all the same. And let's see here. And we got Howl the Horde. Used to be like $5, now it's like, I don't know, like 50 cents or something. Kind of sad, to be honest. That card is so good if you build it in the right deck. Dragon Scale Twins. So if you didn't get kind of the vibe from that card, this is a block that was entirely built on having dragons and stuff like that. So it was really a cool block. This set, or actually no, Dragons of Tarkir was actually the first pre-release that I ever did. Now, this is one thing that I do kind of miss that they do with the pre-release packs now, is back in this day, when you got a pre-release pack, you got your normal 6 packs, but a couple of differences. So the first difference was that you got 2 promo cards instead of just 1. Nowadays, you only get 1 promo card, except for War of the Spark. But all the other ones, you get 1 promo card, which kind of sucks. Jeskai Ascendancy. And then the other difference is that one of the cool things is I think it was maybe like 1 or 2 packs you actually got in the pre-release pack were actually from the old set. Bloodsuck Champion, and we got our foil Plains. So it was really cool to be able to kind of play the synergy between the decks. I think that mainly they probably stopped doing that because they don't do blocks anymore. Because it did make sense, you know. Oh, a second Flood Strand. That's actually what the second cheapest one, $17. But I think that blocks, you know, they had a lot of synergy. When they stopped doing blocks, it's kind of when they stopped doing that. I guess it does kind of make sense, but I kind of still would wish, you know, they would have something like that, even though there's not really any synergy. But it'd be kind of cool just to kind of, you know, get to play with some of the old cards. First Mythic of the box, Soren. I think he is like maybe $3, something like that. You know, again, like I said, the Mythic slot is just completely crushed. It is all on the fetch lands. Ugin's Nixus. 2 Mythics back to back. I think Ugin's Nixus is probably like maybe 50 cents or $1. So at this point, we're just kind of... Necropolis Fiend. Pretty good. Had a lot of Delve in this set. They also had a lot of Manifest. Manifest was kind of a big thing of this set for sure. 3 Mythics back to back. Pearl Lake Ancient. And we got the Tomb of the Spirit Dragon. I think I actually got one of those from my pre-release pack whenever that set came out. So it's a little bit nostalgic for me to see that foil, especially to pack one of them. And we got the Sagu Mauler. So we are at 2 fetch lands so far. I don't think we're letting off steam. It doesn't look like quite yet, but I'm starting to get a little worried. We are getting a little bit more of those fetch lands. We are supposed to get 2, but we did get them in the kind of the first half of the box, so maybe we can get lucky and get some extra ones we're not really supposed to. End of Hostilities. I think that's our second one of that, actually. Uh-oh. I don't know if y'all can hear that. Somebody's calling. Too bad. I ain't picking up the phone. Got the Mind Swipe. That was actually a really cool card to see play in Standard. And we got the Dragon Throne of Tarkir. Oh my gosh, does that card hit some nostalgia. There's the Morph card, by the way. Oh man, that card was in one of the first Commander decks that I ever built. That card... Oh man. So basically what I did with that card is I just made... Oh, there's our 4th Mythic. Empty the Pits. Another great card. Those are 4 Mythics. That's actually pretty good for this box, even though the Mythics aren't worth much. Having that many Mythics is actually really good. But the Dragon Throne card. So basically I just made a crap ton of tokens. Put the Dragon Throne on a very big beefy creature. And then Smash Face. That's basically what the deck was. It's a very fun deck to play. Kind of sad that I don't have it together anymore. Heart of Scales, there we go. Pretty good, pretty good. I think that's like $9 or $10. Actually, surprised we haven't seen the Dig Through Time yet either. It is a rare, so we should have a pretty decent chance of pulling it, hopefully. And we got the Retribution of the Ancients. And we got the Thousand Winds. Not worth very much at all. It was printed in one of the dual decks, I think. Yes, they did make dual decks at this time. I'm not even going to pronounce that name. I know that I'm going to mispronounce it. We're just going to call him the Lord. Right. Altar of the Brood. Looks like we're getting close to the end of this box. We are on the last 4 packs, not including this one. Flying Crane. All right, now we're on the last 4. Maybe we can pull a 3rd fetch land, hopefully. Cross our fingers. Otherwise, this box is kind of bad. Trap Essence. Another cool thing about this set too was that they had a very high focus on 3 color cards. So like right here, you know, the Trap Essence has 3 colors there. I know my thumb kind of covered it. But that was one of the cool things about the pre-release with that is Narset, Mythic number 5, that's actually pretty good. Oh, not Narset, just the Mythic, getting a 5th Mythic. That's what I meant. But it was kind of cool with the pre-release. You got to choose color sets, and you got, I think your promos were part of those sets. We got our foil there, Foil Swamp. So you got a card from those colors, and then as your promo were your promos, and then all the other were just normal packs. The last pack here, and what are we gonna get? What are we gonna get? Heart of Scales. Second one, double tap. That's actually pretty good. All right, well, we did manage to get that Kaladesh Invention. Absolutely gorgeous. I'll put a thing in the description to say what the actual value of this is. But thank you so much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and then just comment down below what you'd like to see me open next. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good rest of your day.